In today's fast-paced world, the ability to form genuine connections quickly and effectively has become an invaluable skill. Whether in professional settings or personal relationships, these connections form the foundation of a fulfilling life. My name is Melodie Wolter, and I am a marketing executive living in South Florida, living the dream. And I have been called to make this video because I know that there are people out there like myself that are searching for ways to build authentic connections. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So if you like what I'm sharing with you, or if you want to be a part of the community, we're creating a community of kindness to help and support each other, bring out those special gifts in each other that we all have that we've forgotten about as we've gone on in life. And hopefully, through these discussions and this podcast, we'll have really meaningful techniques and tools and guides on here that can humbly help us navigate this crazy life and build a community of just supportive and help each other thrive. So here we go. So in today's fast-paced world, the ability to form genuine connections quickly and effectively has become an invaluable skill. Whether in professional settings or personal relationships, these connections form the foundation of a fulfilling life. In this article, we explore evidence-based psychological techniques that enable you to develop authentic relationships in any context, drawing from experts like Dr. Mayim Balik and former CIA officer Andrew Bustamante. We'll examine practical approaches that anyone can master and with practice. The techniques we'll discuss are not manipulative tactics, but foster genuine understanding and mutual respect in between. So a little bit of data, the science behind the rapid connection. Wow, this is really amazing. So it says zero point 0.2 seconds from the first impressions, the time it takes to form the initial judgment, and 4 minutes is the trust window. It's a critical period for establishing rapport. And 3 times retention, emotional connections enhance memory. So I have a little bit to say about this. So in my first chapter of my life and career, I worked in human resource management, and part of techniques that we use were motivational interviewing, and these are really great practices that you can use in your personal life. They don't have to just be for interviewing for careers. In any event, it is true that you very quickly get a sense or a vibe of a person in just their nonverbal cues and the way that they hold themselves. Are they slumped over? Are they sitting up straight? Are they walking tall? Are they looking at you? Are they listening? So all the ones that are nonverbal cues. So it's in that first impression. Just think about it when you first see somebody look, and if they smile, you're generally going to mirror back how they make you feel happy, and you smile back. So, and then within that period of time, from the time that you're getting to know that person just through conversation, hopefully you're able to build that rapport where you're like, I can share a little bit more information with this person. We're having this nice exchange. They seem to be listening to me. They seem to be engaged. They seem to be reciprocating. So yeah, there's that trust window and then the retention. So this is one thing that I think really captures and surmises how us human beings we really connect with each other. So I could sit here and talk to you for 2 hours about finding a purpose and feeling happy and how to better connect with other people. And you're not going to remember anything that I said, but there may have been something that made you feel a certain way, something that resonated with your heart and your mind and elicited an emotion, maybe in a memory. And you walked away from the podcast or just thought about the podcast later on in the day. And that's because there's an emotion that's attached to that, and that what is makes us so emotional creatures, right? So it's that retention. So associating with people and really building that connection really enhances the memory and the engagement. Oh, and I love this technique. So the 2 question, 1 validation technique. This was the technique referenced by Dr. Mayim Balik, interview with Andrew Bustamante, who was a former CIA agent, and they said they created this technique that builds rapport quickly. And so you ask one open-ended question, and you begin with a thoughtful question that invites elaboration rather than a simple yes no, like what aspects of your work do you find most fulfilling? And then based on their response, you ask a second question that demonstrates you've listened and you want to understand more deeply. How did you discover that was so important to you? And then the 1 validation statement is provide a genuinely validating comment that acknowledges their perspective, not your perspective, their perspective. For example, that's really insightful. It sounds like you've given this considerable thought. And then you just repeat the cycle, continue the pattern, allowing for natural conversation, flow while maintaining the structure. And actually, I looked back on kind of like how when I'm getting to know somebody, building that trust. And I feel a pretty good ability to build rapport pretty easily. And I think that I do follow this technique. But it has reminded me to just repeat the cycle over and over again. And then real world applications, personal and professional settings. So this is great. So how you communicate and how you connect with people, it crosses over from your professional and your personal life. So I myself, I attend a lot of networking events. I do help other people do mock job interviews. Um, and because my background's human resource management, and I attend a tremendous amount of meetings. I'm on boards, I'm on committees, and then with personally, it kind of crosses over because I've made such great connections out in the community, and those those connections have actually become some personal friends outside of work. So it's really nice. Professionals trained in connection techniques report 42% more successful negotiations and 37% higher retention. And the key is to adapt the approach to match the context while maintaining authenticity, which is you, my friend. There is only one you. You are an original. You are original artist. You are a creator. You have gifts, you have dreams. You just have to remember what they are. They are not silly. If you can't do it on the grand scale, you just get started and do it now. I'm doing this podcast for you because I was called to do it. I've met so many wonderful people, especially in the past year, and they have really found their soul's purpose, and they are just lighting up their life with things that they love to do. And I'm all about seeing them and supporting them, and seeing other people shine just gives me such a sense of energy, and want to give back so much more and promote other people that are doing beautiful things in this world to help us stay connected and help each other grow with positivity and kindness. So developing emotional intelligence through active listening, focusing fully on the speaker without distractions, considering the meaning behind the words, adjusting your approach based on the responses, and offer thoughtful, validating feedback. Some just very simple tips. And this is based on the YouTube episode with Dr. Bialik and the approach it. So the scientific foundation, she uses her neuroscience background and practical psychology to create evidence-based connection techniques that respect individual boundaries. And then ethical application, and then authenticity focus. There you go. The interview with Bustamante highlighted how these principles cross context from entertainment to intelligence. It's amazing. I love that. Um, Measuring success, how connection quality transforms your life. So these are pretty common: self-actualization, community impact, relationship quality, personal well-being. And finally, implementing these techniques into your daily interactions. So not enough can be said that in order to create that energy of being around people that you want to be around, you've got to be the person that you want to be around. So if you want to be around people that are happy, successful, you have to be that person first. And it doesn't mean you have to be fake happy. Happiness means a lot of things to different people. To me, happiness is the ability to be myself, be authentic, talking to you this way right now, and just really sharing and being vulnerable and discussing techniques that even myself, a skilled professional who's worked in human resource management, mental health, psychology, with doctors and healthcare practitioners, and even myself, I have to remind myself how to get unstuck and start connecting with new people and creating that community, that space that I'm seeking. So I'm so glad that you're here, because sometimes a sign is just wanting a sign. That is what I believe. And mindset is key. And if one thing that I said could potentially help you or ignite something inside of you, and you remember, I used to love to paint, I used to love to sing, I used to love to make candles. I mean, my girlfriend made me this beautiful candle. She just started doing art, and now she's doing her own business. She's doing healing arts therapy. And I have another girlfriend, and she's now she's a well-known practitioner here, and she is a keynote speaker, and she's writing her book about being a patient to a therapist. And I just love all of the people that I've connected with, because on a deeper level, on a more spiritual level, we can all really help each other unsuffer just by lending a lending a hand, listening, just being present for 30 seconds. That could change somebody's life. Just think about that. So I'm really glad that you sat through this, my first podcast, and I'm really excited to be here. And I hope that you will comment and you will reach out to me and let me know where in the world you're from, and ask me any questions. And if there's any topics that you would like me to include, I certainly will work on that. I live in South Florida, and I have a huge network and community of people that I love to collaborate with and connect with all around the world, not just locally. So if you have any questions about what it's like here, I'm happy to answer those questions too. And yeah, and I want to hear about you. So much more exciting to hear about other people and where they live and what they're up to, and yeah, what your thoughts are on mindset and connection. So, all right. So until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care. Be kind to your mind and be kind to others, friends. Bye.